Hi guys, welcome to Royal Logos. It's my pleasure to have you here and I really hope that you all are doing well. I am making a short course on Inkscape for the beginners. In this course, I will make 3 to 4 video classes in which I will demonstrate all the basics which are necessary for the graphic designers to design a logo, font, business card, brochure, etc. And I am pretty sure that you will be able to use the Inkscape quite easily after going through these videos. So subscribe the channel and stay up to date with the upcoming video classes. Now let's continue with the class 1 of this course. In this class I will demonstrate that how to use the tools of Inkscape which are appearing on the left side of the screen. When you open your Inkscape first time, its preview appears like this. If it is not appearing like this, then simply go to View and select it to Wide. Again go to View, go to Show and Hide and make sure that all of the options are turned on. Now this boundary which is appearing at the center of the screen, this is called the page boundary, or you can say the page dimensions. We can change the page dimensions by simply going to File, select the document properties, and here we have the different document properties: width of the page, height of the page, and the units which are used. In graphic designing we deal mostly with the pixels, so change the display units to pixels and custom units to also pixels. We will change the width and height of the page to some standard dimensions, like change the width to say 1280 pixels and height to 720 pixels. And cancel this dialog box by simply left clicking on this cross icon like this. Now on the right side of screen, this is our command bar, and in the command bar you will see 3 options for the zoom. Select this option which says zoom to fit page like this. Now if you want to see the name of any of the tool, then simply drag the mouse over this tool without pressing any button and you will see the name of the tool. Now first tool is called the selection tool and transform objects tool, and the second one is known as the edit paths by nodes tool. Now I will demonstrate both of these tools by first selecting this rectangle and square tool. Now you can draw a rectangle by holding down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in any direction like this. And when you release the left mouse button, your rectangle will be drawn like this. In the rectangle there are 3 icons which are appearing. 2 are rectangular and 1 is circular. With the help of these rectangular icons you can increase or decrease the height and width of the rectangle like this. And with the help of this circular icon you can convert the sharp edges into the round ones like this. Now select the selection tool and here you will see the different handles. You can change the dimension of your rectangle by simply dragging these handles in any directions like this. If you want to increase or decrease the dimensions of your rectangle in equal proportions, then simply select the control key on your keyboard and hold down the left mouse button on any of these handles and drag the mouse in outward and inward direction. And you can see that dimension is increasing and decreasing in equal proportions like this. And when you select edit paths by nodes tool, again you will see these 3 icons. Now select the stem tool and left click on this rectangle. Again left click and here you will see the angle for the rotation. Simply hold down your mouse button on one of these handles and rotate it in any direction like this. Now drag this shape up to this point, and now if you want to duplicate this shape, then simply select the shape with the left click of mouse, then right click, duplicate it and drag it in a direction like this. Now if you want to change the color of your shape, then simply left click on any of these colors like this and the color of your shape will be changed. Now if you want to cancel the color, then simply click on this cross icon and the color of the shape will be cancelled. And if you want to give it a boundary color, or you can say a stroke color, then hold down the shift key on your keyboard and left click on this black color like this, and here you can see a boundary line, or you can say a stroke is appeared. If you want to change the stroke color, then select this stroke, hold down the shift key on your keyboard and select any of these colors with the help of left mouse button click like this. The color is changed. Now select this one and press delete on the keyboard. Again select this rectangle, right click, duplicate it and drag it in this point. Now I will show you the difference between a shape and a path. Select this rectangle, go to path and select object to path. Now select both of these rectangles and select edit paths by nodes tool. You can see that in this rectangle we can see 3 different icons, but in this rectangle we are seeing 4 different nodes. Now this one is a shape and this one is a path. In the shape you can only increase or decrease the dimensions of the rectangle, and in the path you can also change its basic shape like this one. Simply undo this task by pressing Ctrl+Z on the keyboard. Now this is the difference between the path and the shape. In the shape you can only increase and decrease the dimensions and the basic body appears the same, but in the path you can also change the basic shape. Now select this rectangle and press delete on the keyboard. Now select this one and again select edit paths by nodes tool and left click between these 2 nodes, and here you will see different options are appearing on the screen. Simply click on this, insert new nodes into selected segments like this, and you can see a new node appears in between these 2 nodes. Now simply select this node, hold down the control key on your keyboard and then again hold down the left mouse button and drag it in an inward direction like this. Again left click between these 2 nodes and select insert new nodes into selected segments. And here you will see again a node appears between these two ones. Simply select this node, hold down the control key on your keyboard and again hold down the left mouse button and drag it in inward direction like this. Holding down the control key is important to drag the object in a straight line. Now simply select this object and press delete on the keyboard. Again select the rectangle tool and draw a random rectangle like this. Now if you want to cancel the stroke, then hold down the shift key on your keyboard and left click on this cross icon and simply give it some solid color like this black color. Now if you want to draw a rectangle of your own custom dimensions, then here you can see the option for the width and the height. Let's say that you want to draw a rectangle of 600 by 300. Now this is the standard that first value shows the width and the second value shows the height. Now simply select the width and select it to 600 and height to say 300 like this. Now your custom rectangle is drawn. Now select this selection tool and here again you will see the option for the width and the height. Now again select this body and press delete on the keyboard. And now if you want to draw a sphere, then again select this rectangle and sphere tool, hold down the control key on your keyboard, then hold down the left mouse button and drag it in a direction like this. And here you can see that a perfect sphere is drawn. Again 3 icons are appearing on the screen, 2 are rectangular and 1 is circular. These rectangular icons are used to increase or decrease the dimensions of the sphere, and this circular icon is used to convert the sharp edges into the round ones like this. Again, if you want to draw a sphere of your own dimensions like 500 by 500, then simply click on this log icon and enter your value like 500 pixels. You can see that width is 500 pixels and height is also 500 pixels like this. Now this is the rectangle tool. If you have any question about it, then you can ask in the comments section. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is create 3D boxes. Now select this tool with the left mouse click and hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this. Here you can see 3D box is drawn, and at the top of the screen you can see 3 different options for the angle. With these options you can see the parallel icon. Simply click on both of these parallel icons like this and you can see that a perfect 3D box is drawn. Now you can cancel the fill by clicking on this cross icon and give it some stroke color by holding down the shift key on your keyboard and selecting this black color with the left mouse button like this. And now you can change the dimensional parameters of this box by simply dragging these icons like this, in upward direction or in downward direction, left or right. This one is a simple tool and you can use it in drawing 3D objects like 3D font or 3D boxes. You can design the Dropbox logo by using this tool. Now simply select this one with the left click of mouse and press delete on the keyboard. Now the next tool is create ellipse or create circle tool. Simply select this tool and hold down the left mouse button and drag it in a direction like this. Again the rectangular icons are used to increase or decrease dimensional parameters of the ellipse, and this circular icon is used to decrease the bounded area of the ellipse like this. If you want to get rid of these two lines which are appearing in the middle, then again select the ellipse tool, left click on this, and here you will see 3 icons. One is switch to segment and one is switch to arc. Simply click on switch to arc and here you can see that the line is converted into an arc. Again select the ellipse tool and again these icons are appearing. You can drag them in or out. Again select switch to arc to get rid of these lines. If you think that this line is final, then simply go to path and select object to path. Now the icons will disappear and this shape will act as a path. Now select this one and press delete on the keyboard. Again select the ellipse tool, hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this. Now if you want to draw a complete ellipse, then simply select this one, make the shape a whole ellipse like this. Now if you want to give it some solid color, then simply click on one of these colors with the left mouse button like this. Now if you want to draw a perfect circle, then hold down the control key on your keyboard, then hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this, and you can see a perfect circle is drawn. Now this is the ellipse tool. If you have any question about it, then you can ask in the comments section. The next tool is the create stars and polygons. Select this and here you have the options. You can switch between the polygons and the star. Let's continue with the star. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this. Here you can see 2 rectangular icons are appearing on the screen. You can drag these icons in or out to increase or decrease the height of arms of the stars. Now if you think that you have changed the properties or the dimensional parameters, then simply click on this brush icon, which will reset all the shape parameters like this. If you want to increase the number of corners, and there's the option for the corners, then simply increase the number of corners like this, and here you can see the number of corners will increase in the stars. Now again select on this brush icon and reset the shape parameters like this. Here you will see the options for the round corners. Simply increase its value and you can see that the sharp corners of the star are converted into the round ones and it is appearing like a starfish. Now again select reset shape parameters like this and select this polygon. and you can see a pentagon is appearing on the screen. If you want to convert this pentagon into a hexagon, or you can say if you want to convert these 5 corners into 6 corners, then again increase the number of corners like this. And if you think that you have distorted the shape, then simply select on this reset to default parameters like this. Now this is the star and polygons tool. If you have any question about this tool, then you can ask in the comments section. Now select this object and press delete on the keyboard. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is the create spirals. Again hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this. Here you will see 2 rectangular icons. You can play with these icons to increase or decrease the number of turns of the spiral like this. Again with this one. If you want to increase or decrease the number of turns in equal proportions, then here you will see the options for the turns. Select this value and change it to 10. And you can see that the number of turns are changes to 10. And again you can reset to default parameters by clicking on this brush icon like this. Now this is the spiral tool, and this is very simple one. Now if you want to change the color of this spiral, then hold down the shift key on your keyboard and press the left mouse button on this red color like this. Now if you want to know that the color of the body is a stroke color or a fill color, then you can see at this left bottom corner, fill is appearing as none and stroke is appearing as 0.265. This shows that the body has no fill color, it has a stroke color of 0.265 dimensions. Now select the selection tool and press delete on the keyboard like this. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is pencil tool. This tool is very important in Inkscape. Now hold down the left mouse button and drag a mouse in a manner that you want to draw a shape like S. Now you can see that there is too much distortion in the shape, and if you want to decrease this distortion, then there is the option for the smoothness, which is set to 4. Simply increase its value to 50% like this, and again draw the same shape. And here you can see this shape is too much smoother than this one. Now if you want to draw a more smoother shape, then select this create spiral path and again hold down the left mouse button and drag a mouse in a manner like this, and you can see this shape is even smoother than this one. Now select all of these shapes and press delete on the keyboard. Again select the pencil tool, and here you will see the option for the shape. Simply select on this drop down menu and select triangle in. Again hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a manner like you are trying to draw a shape like S, like this one. Now when you click on this edit paths by nodes tool, you will see a small pink color icon at the start of the shape. You can drag this icon in or out to increase or decrease the dimensions of the shape, or you can also drag this icon at the middle of the shape like this. Again select the pencil tool, and here you can see the option for the triangle out. This option is same like triangle in. Now again draw a shape S like this. Again select the edit paths by nodes tool. The difference is that in triangle in, this pink icon is appearing at the start, and in triangle out, this pink color icon is appearing at the end. Now again you can drag in or out or at the center of the shape like this. Now you can select both of these objects at a time by holding down the shift key on your keyboard like this and press delete on the keyboard. Again select the pencil tool, and from the shape select the ellipse. Now this is the most important and the most beautiful shape for the pencil. Again hold down the left mouse button and drag a mouse in a manner like you are trying to draw a shape like S, like this one. Now you can see that this is much better than triangle in and triangle out. And when you select the edit paths by nodes tool, you will see a small circular icon like this one. You can drag this icon in or out to increase or decrease the width of this shape. Now you can see that this is the perfect shape of the S which we can draw with the pencil tool. Simply select this shape and press delete on the keyboard. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is pen tool. The pen tool is similar to the pencil tool, but there is a difference. In the pencil tool, whenever you release the left mouse button, the shape is completed. But in pen tool, you can continue with the same shape, like left click once, again left click at this position, and you can see that the shape is still continued. And you can draw as many lines as you want. And whenever you think that your shape is completed, then simply press enter on the keyboard to complete the shape. Or you can also complete the shape with the right mouse button. Now select the edit paths by nodes tool, and you can drag these lines in a manner like this. And when you select one of these nodes, you will see these handles which are appearing. You can drag these handles in or out, left or right, to change the shape of your path as per the requirements, like this. You can do the same operation for all of these paths, like this. If you want to draw a smoother part, again select the pen tool and select create spiral path. Left click once, again left click here. And now drag the mouse without holding down any key, and you can see a perfect circular path is drawn. Now again left click on this position and drag it downward like this, and again left click and press enter on the keyboard. As you can see that this is the perfect path without any distortion in between. Now press delete on the keyboard, again select the pen tool, and here you will see the option for the create B-spline path. With the help of this option, you can draw a perfect curve in between 3 points. Now suppose this is our first point. Select the first point with the left mouse button here second point at this position and the third one at this position, and press enter on the keyboard to complete the shape. And here you can see that a curve is drawn. If you want to increase or decrease the dimension of the curve, then simply click on this edit paths by nodes tool, and here you will see a small node. You can drag this node in or out to increase or decrease the dimensions of this curve like this. Now simply press delete on the keyboard, again select the pen tool, and here you will see the option for the shape. These options, triangle in, triangle out and ellipse, their working will be same in pen tool as it was in the pencil tool. Now select this ellipse tool and draw a line by simply left clicking once and drag the mouse at this position, and again left click like this and press enter on the keyboard. And here you can see an ellipse is drawn. Simply click on edit paths by nodes tool. You can increase or decrease the width of this ellipse by dragging this circular icon in or out like this. Now again select the pen tool and select create regular Bezier path, and from the shape select none. Now left click once and again left click at this point and press enter on the keyboard. Now select edit paths by nodes tool, drag this body from the middle up to this point like this, and when you select on one of these nodes you will see these handles. Whenever you move the handles in the same direction, you can see that the path is converted into a C shape, and when you try to move the handles in the opposite direction, you can see that the path is converted into S shape like this. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is Calligraphy Tool. Again hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this. This tool is not very important for the beginners, so let's leave it here. Press delete on the keyboard, and let's continue with the next tool, which is the text tool. Left click on the page and write any of the text of your choice like this. If you want to increase the size of this text, then here you can see the size. Click on this drop down menu and you can see that the maximum size that we can reach is 144 pixels. If you want to further increase the size, then simply click here and enter values of your own choice, like we want to enter 180 pixels like this. Now drag it in the middle like this. Again select the text tool and select all of these alphabets. You can change the font style by simply clicking on this drop down menu, and here you can see a number of fonts. Simply select any of the font of your choice like this. Now if you want to increase the spacing between the alphabets, then here you have the option. Set its value to say 10 pixels and the spacing between the alphabets is increased. And if you want to rotate the alphabets at some angle, then you can perform this operation with this option. Simply enter the value of the angle to say 15 pixels like this, and all the alphabets are rotated at 15 degrees. Now again select the angle to 0 and press enter. Now select this one and press delete on the keyboard, and let's continue with the next tool, which is spray objects. Now select the ellipse tool and draw small ellipses at different positions like this. Now drag the mouse over them and select all of them, and now select this spray objects, and you can spray them at different points like this. This tool is usually used to draw graphical background which include lots of distortion. Now simply select all of these shapes by dragging the left mouse button over them and press delete on the keyboard. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is eraser tool. Now select the rectangle tool and draw a random rectangle by holding down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this. Now again select the rubber tool and again hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse in a direction like this, and you can see that the shape is erased where the rubber moves. Now you can see the shape is converted into 4 different parts, but still the shape appears as a single one. Again select the rectangle tool and draw a random rectangle like this, and again select the rubber tool, and this time select this break apart cut items. Again drag the rubber like this, and now you can see that the rectangle is divided into different parts like this, unlike this which is still a single part. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is fill bounded areas. Left click on this tool and select any of this color, like select this red color, and fill this color in any of the boundary like this. As you can see that this shape appears as a single one, but whenever you select this fill bounded areas, you can select only between the bounding area, not between the whole shape. So this tool is useful for shapes like this. Now select all of these objects and press delete on the keyboard. Now let's continue with the next tool, which is edit gradients tool. First of all, select the ellipse tool, then hold down the control key on the keyboard and draw a perfect circle like this. Right click, duplicate it and drag it up to this point like this. Now select the edit gradients tool and hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse from this point to this point. Now select this point and assign any of the colors that you want, like this orange color, and for this point you can assign any of the colors like this red colors, and you can see that a gradient is drawn between these 2 points. This gradient is known as the linear gradient. If you want to draw the radial gradient, then simply select the selection tool, left click on this ellipse, again select the edit gradients tool, and from the here you will see 2 options. The first one appears the create linear gradient, and the second one shows the create radial gradients. Select this create radial gradients and hold down the left mouse button at the center of the shape and drag it towards the boundaries like this. Now for this part you can select any of the colors, like we can select this blue color and left click on the middle icon and select this orange color. You can also change the position of this gradient by holding the left mouse button on this icon and drag it anywhere you want, like this. Now select both of these shapes and press delete on the keyboard. Again select the ellipse tool and draw an ellipse like this and select on this small arrow. You will see an option for the mesh. Simply double click on this ellipse and you will see that the 4 different nodes will appear. Select this node and assign this red color. Select this node, assign this orange color, and for this node select this yellow color, and for this node you can say select this blue color. Now you can see that we can assign 4 different colors to the same object like this. Now simply press delete on the keyboard and here you will see that the next tool is the dropper. This is a very important tool for the designers. Let's say that you have seen different colors on the internet and you want to use them in your project, but you don't see the color codes. Like I have seen a picture of different colors. I simply take a screenshot of this picture and now I will import the picture in the Inkscape. So go to File and select Import. Remember that you can only import .png images in Inkscape. So click on Import and select this picture. Here we have. Now select the ellipse tool and draw a circle while holding down the control key like this. Now again select on this small arrow and select the dropper tool, and you can simply select of any of these colors and this color will be assigned to this ellipse, like this blue color, this yellow color, or this green color. In this way you can use the same colors in your shapes without knowing their color codes. Now simply select both of these parts and press delete on the keyboard. Now again select the circle tool and draw different circles like this. Now select this small arrow and here we have a last tool which is named as connector. Now when you move the connector tool, you will see a small rectangular icon. Simply hold down the left mouse button on this icon and drag the mouse up to this small rectangular icon. Again, when you move the connector tool on this shape, again you will see a small rectangular icon. Again hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse up to this point. Now these 3 objects are connected to each other. If you move the position of one of these objects like this, you can see that still they are connected like this. This tool is majorly used for the presentation and for the infographics, where you have divided a group into subgroups. Now there are still 3 tools which I haven't yet demonstrated in this class. The first one is the tweak objects. We will not use this tool in this class because this tool is not very important for the beginners and is of no use in designing logos, business cards, brochures, etc. Now the second one is the zoom tool. Now select the ellipse tool and draw a small ellipse like this and select the zoom tool. If you want to zoom in this ellipse, then you can zoom in by simply left clicking like this, and if you want to zoom out, then hold down the shift key on the keyboard and again press the left mouse button again and again like this. And if you want to fit this page into the screen, then click on this zoom to fit page like this. Now press delete on the keyboard. The third one is the measurement tool. We cannot use the measurement tool without the snapping options. Now in the next video class I will demonstrate you that how to use the snapping options and how they are useful in designing the objects. And we cannot draw geometrical segments without using these snapping options. So in the next video class I will demonstrate you about the snapping bar, align and distribute menu, fill and stroke menu, and the transform menu. You cannot continue your workflow in Inkscape without using these 4 menus. I will demonstrate you all of these 4 menus in the next video class. So like and subscribe the channel and stay up to date with the upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.